What's up? This is Sporty Spence 17. Today I'm going to be focusing on Isaiah Collier. Hit a buzzer beater against the Brooklyn Nets, and it was awesome. He had 23 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, shot 3 for 6 from 3 points. Like, what more can you ask for from a point guard for the Utah Jazz? You know, he was awesome. He's been awesome since he's been starting. I want to go over something real quick. The month of January, I want to go over how many assists he's had. And they've had a lot of games in January, actually. 7 games in January, and it's only the 13th. His assists have been 7, 8, 9, 9, 6, 6, 2. 26 minutes per game in January. Last night he had 37 minutes. That was a lot of minutes for a rookie. I know Brooklyn Nets aren't a good team and that they were not playing full strength. They were trying to tank as well as the Jazz. The Nets game was a complete tankathon. There's another stat that I want to bring up that I actually like a lot. This is according to Richie Alster on Twitter. It says, Isaiah Collier has assisted Lauri Markkanen 20 times in 200 minutes they've played together this season. For reference, Keontae George, 30 assists in 493 minutes. Colin Sexton, 35 assists in 626 minutes. Collier assisted Markkanen 5 times tonight, and I believe this was 3 games ago. He's been passing the ball more to Markkanen, and Markkanen's stats have actually been pretty decent the games that Isaiah Collier has started. Here's some thoughts. Do we think that maybe Keontae George needs to go down to the shooting guard, and we keep... If Isaiah Collier plays like how he did against the Nets all the time, I would want Isaiah Collier to be the starting point guard and to try to see what he can develop into. Excited about Isaiah Collier. Out of Cody Williams, Kyle Filipowski, and Isaiah Collier are 3 picks. I think that Isaiah Collier, from what I've seen, has the most potential to be a great NBA player. I think Kyle Filipowski next, possibly Cody Williams. We saw some flashes of him against the Suns, I believe. He had 13 points and everyone was acting like he had a 80-point game. I think it's just because people were excited that he actually was scoring. I think if he buffs up, gets some more muscles, gets more aggressive, I think that we could start seeing his potential. However, I think Kyle Filipowski and Isaiah Collier are more NBA ready now. I think that Cody Williams, if he just played the rest of the season in the G League, I think that's great for development. G League is meant for development. Excited to have someone who assists a lot. Like his main focus is passing the ball. And when the Jazz pass the ball, the Jazz win games. Isn't that kind of crazy? It's really fun seeing him, get 9 assists, 7 assists, and then 5 of those assists being to Lauri Markkanen, who is my favorite player. I'm pretty biased towards Lauri Markkanen. So I like when guys pass the ball to Lowry, but Lowry also needs to make his shots because he has been kind of rough on his field goal percentage recently. It's been interesting seeing the Jazz tank. I think the last time the Jazz have actually tried to tank was that year they got Dante Exum, where they won 26 games. I was 13, I think, at that time. So this is definitely new for Jazz fans, but I think that next year I will get a lot more frustrated if we still tank. I know next year's draft is good too. We'll see what Danny Ainge does at the trade deadline. I do think John Collins and Colin Sexton are probably our top 2 people that could get traded. Jordan Clarkson as well, although I think Clarkson's value is pretty low, but it'd be nice to get something good from him. A lot of good stuff that I saw from Isaiah Collier last night in the overtime thriller. The move that he made last night to win the game was very gutsy, throwing the ball between 2 defenders, and surprising that they didn't steal the ball, but the Nets weren't trying to win. But it was awesome seeing what Isaiah Collier did. I'll keep my eye out more on Isaiah Collier, probably more than all the other rookies, just because of how he played tonight. It was the best rookie performance of this year, I believe. Kyle Filipowski had some good ones in the first month, but he's kind of been a little quiet ever since. Trade deadline is happening soon. The All-Star break is happening. So I want to get as much Lauri Markkanen as I can, because I bet you March he will be probably sitting quite a bit. I don't want him to get hurt anymore, but I do love watching him play. I'm trying to hit up a few Jazz games as well. I think I'm going to the one against the Toronto Raptors. So if you go to the Raptors game, I'll be there. Say hi if you want to. Anyway, this has been Sporty Spence 17. Let's go Jazz.